Hi and welcome back to the channel. Okay, in this episode it sees us travelling from Cape Palmerston Holiday Park, and we travel south down to the Absolute Oceanfront Tourist Park, and this is in Bargara. This park sits right on the seafront. It's actually up against a rock wall. It's a nice little park, quite small, but has all the amenities that you want.
Good morning everyone and welcome back to Pozzie Adventures. We stopped last night at Cape Palmerston Holiday Park. If anyone wants to see what the park looks like, then please look back at our previous Queensland videos. We were quite tired by the time we got there. The grounds are absolutely beautiful, but then we decided we would take a trip into Notch Point to catch the sunset, which we did. The track into Notch Point has deteriorated significantly from when we went in last year, and there was a lot of mosquitoes there as well. However, it was absolutely stunning, and the sunset was just amazing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I did manage to get the drone up, so I'll post the video of the drone. But we only just made it in before it got dark, so it is quite dark. At this stage, I don't know how well the drone footage has come out, but we'll see what we can do with it, and I'll stick it up. Okay, so after a long drive, we made it back to our next stop, which is in Bundaberg, or just outside Bundaberg, to the Absolute Ocean View Holiday Park, I think it's called. You can probably hear it in the background, but I'll turn the camera around and show you our view and where we are. Doesn't get much better than that. And the van is literally right on the seafront. So there we are. Give this one a check out. Good morning everybody. Thought I'd come out this morning, just get out and have a quick look at the view of where we are. Show you guys where we've pitched up. This was only a one night stop, so we're off today, and we're off to a farm stay, and we're going to be doing Beautiful Betsy, which is crashed, I think it's a B-17 bomber up in Currumbin Tops National Park. So I'll turn the camera around and give it a spin around so you can get a good look at where we are. There you go, there's the view. There's the caravan. We had steak and chips last night on the Weber, and we sat and listened to this waves crashing over the rocks on the beach. It's a fairly, obviously, a rocky beach. Pretty lovely coastline. But yeah, no crocs here. Starlink works beautifully. And the wife's making a coffee this morning.
Okay, so the next stage of our journey takes us from the absolute oceanfront tourist park, and this time we're heading west, and we're going to stay at the Laogi Heritage Park and Farm Stay. Now this is 37607 Burnett Highway in Laogi Dawes. This is actually a farm. I've got to say, this was probably the highlight of our trip. Definitely, it's a free or a donation camp. It's ideal to do beautiful Betsy. Now this is right up on top of a hill. You get some absolutely amazing sunsets up there. 360-degree views all around. And the farm has lots of animals to look at. Clydesdales, they've got like museums there, so definitely worth a look. Really highly recommend.
Good afternoon everyone from Pozzie Adventures. We've been to the Bundaberg tour and had a few samples of their rum, which was very yummy.
Yep, bought some stuff.
Bought fudge, lots of fudge. We are very shortly going to be crossing a bridge, which is Burnett Bridge, which I will video because it's quite cute. And we are heading to our
stay on Key Street.
Next destination, which is we're going to Laogi Heritage Park and Farm Stay, so that Richard can achieve his something off his bucket list, which is doing beautiful
Keep
Betsy.
right to stay on Key Street.
That's the river. We're just on the Bruce Highway and we've missed most of it, but there's a huge convoy of army personnel and carriers heading to somewhere. All through this road we've seen tanks and
Armoured personnel carriers.
Yeah. Hey, so we're just on a road, a graded track, which is probably in a lot better condition than the track to our house. The sign on entering this road said it was not suitable for caravans due to the gradient and the, what else was it?
Sharp curves and steep gradient.
Yeah, so we had already committed to turning down the road when we saw the sign, so decided to carry on going. Actually, it's not that bad. We've seen a snake on the road, which was cool. I think it's the kind of road that if you just take things nice and slow and steady, that it's not too much of a drama at this point. However, we do still have 36 kilometres to go. So we will keep you posted if we have any dramas. Apparently we have a steep descent. This is the view, it's all wiggly. So this is what we're going down. It looks all wiggly. We're in four-wheel drive first, low, I think. We're in low range.
I might choose low range.
Just going to go down to low range.
Okay, so by selecting low range first gear, obviously the Ranger is now using the engine to brake and carry the weight. That saves me from hooking the brakes up on the caravan. This video actually doesn't show just how steep this was. It was pretty steep. and we do meet a couple of motorcyclists coming the other way that I think had a bit of a shocked look on their face that we were coming down this track, but it was perfectly drivable. In actual fact, where we live in the Brizzy Ranges in Victoria probably isn't too much different, and we obviously have to tow the caravan up tracks like this on a regular basis, so you know, nothing shocks us too much. You can hear the Ranger engine obviously holding the load back. Got to say, the scenery here was pretty stunning. It was actually a very nice road to drive across. Great views across the ranges. And to be fair, the Ranger pulled this van with no issues whatsoever. We had complete control. We had all had our electronic brake controllers set correctly, and the four-wheel drive low range was enough to control what we were pulling, so there really wasn't any issue. So at this point, what I'm doing is allowing the Ranger to rev out and just controlling the speed with a bit of brake as well. There you see the first of the motorbikes come past, and we're well over to the left. There's plenty of room for them to get through, and speed wise we're keeping the speed down, just keeping the whole lot under control. Also, we're relaying backwards and forwards to Daryl to let him know obviously what's going on and what gears we've selected. That way he can follow suit and we won't have anyone running out of control. So next couple of the motorbikes coming through, and again you get to see the amazing scenery that we are experiencing on this trip. You see the van there trundling along behind. Not too much dust being kicked up from us. We were quite lucky, it was not too wet, but also not so dry to get too much dust. Also we had the stone stomper on the front of the van to protect us from damage, and that keeps the dust low as well.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up. Let me show you what's up, cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes my dynasty. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
Okay, so that was an interesting drive over across those ranges. With the right vehicle, it isn't really a problem. The Ranger had plenty of power to get over there. Wasn't really a problem. But yeah, I can understand why they said it wasn't suitable for caravans, because with the wrong vehicle you could get yourself in a lot of trouble there. But yeah, we had low range, we had a four-wheel drive, really wasn't a problem. Obviously the signposting around here is pretty good, it says telling us to reduce speed. It's windy, we can see that. We're back on tarmac, so no big issue there. But we've just been told by a local that apparently a semi has lost it on one of these corners and tipped off the road, and the police apparently are all there, so we'll get a look at that as we come past. But yeah, unfortunately there's a lot of people out there that are in a mad rush to get from A to B, and unfortunately they don't always make it. We've worked out on this trip that the take your time and you'll get through pretty much anything.
Got it a little bit wrong. So we're 57 kilometres away from the Laogi Heritage Park and Campsite. The scenery is quite stunning around here. It's very rough and rugged, and lots of hills and inclines and ascents.
Yeah. Fairly easy drive. It's, the roads are reasonable condition. Just come through a town, I think it was called Monto. Yeah, Monto. It's an interesting looking place.
There was loads of Queenslanders and...
Yeah, it looks like most of them needed a good decorate. They were, paint was flaking, and obviously I'm guessing fairly low income area, but quite a pretty little town. Welcome back. We are at, let's see if I can get this right, Laogi Heritage Park and Farm Stay. Now this one's a free camp. This is donation. There's no power or water here, but there are toilets and showers. Right up on top of a hill, very high point.
A bit windy, a little bit of a chill to the air, but it's still relatively, you know, it's comfortable, but a bit of a chill in the air. I'm going to give you a quick pan round and show you what the view's like. Okay, so here you have it. Beautiful sunsets and sunrises here. I'll show you our little camp that we've set up. The host is really friendly. There we go, we've got our camp set up, 2 vans opposite each other, fire pit in the middle. We're here for 2 nights. I'll just shut this tunnel boot down because I've got to. My critters in there. Yeah, we're just out of Starlink's reception area. So we got the RF antenna up, RFI antenna, and we're pulling in a 4G, a reasonable 4G signal, and we're way out of range. I'll get the phone out in a minute. I'll show you how far out of range we are, but still pulling in a decent 4G signal. So we're currently staying at the Laogi, so it's the Laogi Heritage Park and Farm Stay. And when we got here, we tried Starlink. Starlink wasn't working because we've actually come from Bundaberg. We've come north and inland slightly, but if you look on the Starlink app, the map of service, it actually shows you clearly that from Bundaberg coming inland, the service coverage goes south. So obviously we've taken ourselves out of the coverage area. So what we've done to get internet access here is we've gone with the RFI. We've gone with the RFI antenna kit that we bought and our Nighthawk M2 router. So that's it, all set up, and it's facing northeast, which is the nearest, so I'm going to show you on the app, the nearest tower. Now you can see the blue, so if I can get this, the blue dot here is where we are. This is the service tower that we're attached into, and you can clearly see that we shouldn't be getting coverage at all, anywhere near there. I'll try and, you can see that? So we shouldn't be getting any coverage, but we're actually currently pulling in about a 3 or 4 bar signal, 4G. So we're getting reasonably good internet on our phones from here. We shouldn't be getting much at all. So that just goes to show the RFI antenna kit is definitely a good substitute to work where you can't get Starlink. So this really covers every eventuality. So far we haven't been without internet. Okay, so this shows you the coverage area on the coverage map of Starlink to see exactly where we are and where the cover is. So this is where we were in Bundaberg, and Bundaberg is covered by the Starlink network. But right now we're staying up near here, which is Currumbik Tops, and you can see that because we've come inland and north, we've actually taken ourselves out of the coverage area. Now this area will start to be covered in Q3 of this year, so Starlink will get out there and start covering that area, but right now it's out of coverage area, which is why we couldn't use Starlink. Yeah, big thumbs up to this kit. It works quite well. Starlink's the answer when you've got it, but when you haven't got it, that works. Anyway, I'll take a walk up to the toilets. Morning. Oh, there are toilets. Nah, it's not cold yet. I'm English. a lot of fridges. Can kitchen. Very rustic. With cats? Yep. Come with cats. This one's very friendly. There's a donkey and a dog that wants to be made friends with. Oh, he's so excited. Wonderful. And it's just starting to rain. Great. Kids would like it up here. So maximum stay here is 48 hours. And as I say, it's just a simple donation. Which I guess is whatever you think it's worth. People have different views on that. We're here for 2 nights. So we're here for the full time. So today we're heading off to go and see if we can find beautiful Pozzie, which is it's a Second World War crashed B-17 bomber, which was only found a few years back, I think about 20 years ago. But I'll update this when we get there, because I'm sure there's signage. But it was found during a backburn, that the ranger who was in charge of the backburn saw something silver, and when they uncovered it, there's the remnants of a B-17 bomber, beautiful Pozzie, which was lost during the Second World War, with I believe the entire crew. So at least that they found their final resting place. So we're going to go up and have a look at that.
There's your side saddle. Tess! Getting a bloody jigger. Ah! Yes. So there's a woman in Sydney, she jumped 6'6" in a side saddle in 1915, and the record stood till 2013.
That takes some doing, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is an army pack saddle from 1915.
Oh.
School dress.
They were like that when I was at school.
Corn sheller.
Has it got an inkwell on it?
No, that one doesn't.
I had that spear.
So this is a corn sheller. There you put your...
So how old are these bits?
well, I'm not sure this one. This will be 1900s. There's one down there from 1858.
Still does the job.
Yep. And your surveyor's chain. This is for doing all your tin work, your bending and folding, pressing for coat tins and tin carpets, so your soldering irons. This is a walking stick planter. So the seeds go in here, and there's a hole in that board, and as you go along, plant a seed.
Tops them down.
So there was a local family, when they settled here from England, they planted 60 acres of cotton with those. He
Jeez.
lived till he was 107, and the 2 sons were in their late 90s. There's your indicator. These are convict chains.
So watch out.
Your butter chains.
Did they? So obviously they had convicts up here working the land, did they?
Yeah, there was a lot of Aboriginals and that were put into chains and things as well. And you had the Kanakas on the islands, Solomon Islands and stuff like that, working in cane fields.
Yeah.
All your butter churns, your moulds for your butter. There's a set of the longhorns there, but the two that are walking around in the paddock down there are longer.
Yeah.
This is from 1867.
Wait.
It's in original condition. It was bought at the Bathurst Show by a wool company, and it's been all around New South Wales. So they're candle lights on the side there.
Cool. Pussycat comes free with the display.
So the seat comes down on the side like that one over there, and the lovers sit on the side with the chaperone in the back. Then you've got your woodworking tools there. This is a horse-drawn harvester. Cross saws there and pit saw.
Looks like a lot of work.
Yeah. So, and this one, this is a gelignite post splitter. Okay, so they put the gelignite in there, the wick comes out there, hammer it into the post and light her up.
And then run.
Yeah, that's what I reckon.
I hope that it goes down and not outwards, because you're going to get showered with.
Well, the wood back then would have been a lot better than what we've got now. So that's a header, so it takes all the seed off.
Okay.
Butcher's wagon. This is a tip drag. This one's from 1880. It's in original condition as well.
And then you're playing mum on the other end.
That's the style wagon that it was from. So this is the corn sheller from 1858. Then you've got your milk can, your cream can, your dunny can.
Empty, hopefully. I'm going to check.
Sausage maker. That old drill press is over 100 years old.
That jack there is a
There you go. Listen to Jack.
1918 on there. What do you reckon it was worth in 1918? It would have been a month's work because it's got price,
£5.
£5.
The price was actually stamped on it.
Yeah.
£5.
So you weren't changing that then, were you?
No.
That's what it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
1918,
Yeah.
£5.
And they were probably
that'd be a
only
month's work.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah, what's his a week?
So that.
So you got your dog traps and rabbit traps.
1892.
This drill here,
1892.
the chain goes around the post, so as you wind it pulls itself in.
There. That little thing, that's a mortise and axe, the same as that one hanging up there.
Yeah,
And that one above it there, that's the adze.
yep.
And right at the top is your broad axe.
Okay.
And this one over here, which would be fairly rare, is the shingle splitter for a shingle roof.
Yeah.
No shingle, that one there, yeah. So that'd be pretty
The
rare too.
dehorn is from 1892 on the bed there.
Oh, the big, like,
This,
rip things. Oh, yeah, so you slide it up the horn and
yeah.
snip.
And if you had Herefords, they only take the tips off, so they just use that one.
Oh, yeah.
Put 30 pulls and she'll go.
You've got to pull it 30 times.
Yeah, no that. 30 pulls and she'll go.
But then you too bugger to carry it. That's the hand grease gun. It's made by Caterpillar, and they haven't been at the address on there since 1925.
We didn't have a flash one with rubber on the
Yeah.
top. We only had that one.
Yeah, I can't had the rubber on top, I remember that.
Did the job. Knacker by the time finished, but
Yeah.
No, that old chainsaw.
people were much healthier back then. Yeah. 30 pulls to get it going.
That's a meat pan. You wouldn't do that here. It'll set the day for when we might get it. That one guaranteed another $1. Yeah, that's the kid. That's the kid.
No, the size of those spanners.
Yeah, butcher's mantle.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember those old blow torches.
tip it in there, and then get in there so it's cold.
No bloke collects them.
See, I told you they had bowls here, Tony. You've got to bring your own hot water, but
And everybody uses the same water.
I didn't know how